G'day gang, welcome to day 8 of 10, so we're nearly there, we're nearly at the finish line. Today I wanted to focus on our time that we spent producing and raising kids. Probably not the producing bit, but over the last 10 years, 8 of those years have been with or children. I just tried to record this earlier, and I was a bit of a mess. So instead I've just taken a few notes down. So if I stare off the side of the screen there, that's me checking my notes to make sure I keep on track. Because it's a bit of a tricky one, a bit of a difficult one. As all parents are aware, raising kids is quite difficult. And Aria and I, for a time being, considered not having children, and thought about living the dink lifestyle, double income, no kids, traveling the world, just blowing our disposable income, and it sounded pretty appealing. But after about 5 years of being together, we had two beautiful young girls, and we were settled in to the northern suburbs of Brisbane in the burbs, with a nice house. And other than the fact that the two girls were Queenslanders, everything was pretty good. It was hard work, but it's what we were expecting. I think everyone understands that having kids is quite tough in those early years. So we were kind of expecting that, but everyone says it gets easier as well. But unfortunately, it wasn't getting easier for us. And so for the past, when I went day 8, so the past 7 days, I've painted a pretty rosy picture of the relationship. And I guess in reality, it hasn't. There's been tough times as well. And I wanted to kind of touch on that because I think it's part of the celebration, I guess, of what we've achieved over the last 10 years is to recognise those challenges and tough times that we've gone through. And there was none tougher than when we were informed of Paloma's diagnosis back in 2016. When your child is born, I think most people have a future or an image that they see that child going through. Things like their first steps, first learning to ride a bike, going to university, getting a job, all that sort of stuff. Their first relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, when you first meet them. And that's great, but it slowly dawned on me when we found out the diagnosis that she wasn't going to go through a lot of those things, if any of those things. It was unlikely that I'd ever hear her say, "I love you, Dad." It wasn't just that with Paloma, but it was also the impact that had on the relationship with Aria. And Paloma's would need care for the rest of her life. So all of those images of the kids growing up and leaving the house, and Aria and I traveling the world together and going on those adventures, that kind of dried up, and the realisation that I might be changing nappies for the rest of my life, and trips to the hospital, and apologising to people about social accidents, that was probably going to be the reality. So Aria and I took the news differently, and we worked at different speeds. Aria had just started, like literally a few months, just started a new degree at uni, and a science degree at that. So she really threw herself into to study, but also she thought practically about how we could support Lo. So she read up on all the research and organised the therapy, talked to the doctors and really tried to attack the issue front on. And me, on the other hand, I was, horrible. I just wanted to escape. I rationalised that I'd have one life and I didn't want to do this with my life, so I wanted to just run away. I had some really dark thoughts and tried to talk to some people about it, but it was really hard to describe what was going on. So thankfully, Aria just showed incredible patience with me and my frustrations and anger and just erratic behaviour, and just helped me get my head right. One of the biggest things that helped was when Aria fundraised for Paloma, for us to go to the first PMS, Phelan-McDermid Syndrome Conference, and again, something really practical, and she really threw herself into it. Initially, we were just going to send her down to Sydney, and I was going to look after the kids here, but she raised enough money for us all to go down there, and Mum came down as well and looked after the kids, and it was just incredible because being down there was just having a light bulb moment where you didn't have to explain what was going on to the other parents and the dads and whatever else. Everyone was going through the same stuff. You got to see the other kids, a lot of the older kids there, which took away the question marks of where Paloma was heading, and it wasn't all positive, but it took away that uncertainty about what this rare disease, disability actually looked like in the future. So that was great. It really helped me change my perspective and just form that new reality about what life was like, and I've been really able to work within those that framework since. So that was great. But Ari's a super mum. She's I play the clown most of the time, as you could probably guess, but she's there to be the kid's friend, nurse, teacher during COVID. What else? Dietitian at dinner time, all the rest of that. So I could have easily told a story today about how shocked and proud I was when she, with the strength that she had during her pregnancy. There's 1,000 of other things that she does which helps this house tick over and keep everyone on track. But I just wanted to highlight this sort of tough issue, and just as I said, it kind of relationships all have bumps and bruises, and it just makes that 10-year anniversary even more rewarding and worth celebrating. But you don't have to take my word for it. Here are what the kids had to say. What do you think about Mum and Dad having a wedding anniversary? What do you need to say? Is it
good?
Is it good?
That.
Yeah. Tell me. Okay. Bedroom. Oh my goodness. Let's not talk about the bedroom. Hey Paloma, party pants. What's the best thing about Mum and Dad? What do you like the best?
You're confused.
What are you going to there? Sports. Dad's really good at sports, isn't he? All right, what's Mum good at? Let's have a look. What's Mum good at?
That.
Small talk. Yeah. Oh no, reading. She does like reading. Very good. What do you think the best thing about Mum and Dad is?
I think the best thing about Dad is that he always takes us to the park, and he's very special because he does what me and Lolo sometimes want. And Mum's good at cooking lots of dinners and getting me to try stuff. And I really like that.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, thank you, girls.
You're